Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the country's biggest stars and some of my favourite people. And we've got one for you today. FASTLOVE is touring the UK and it is a sellout where it goes. And it stars Joseph. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. Very nice.
What an incredible thrill to be on a stage with a live band singing the music of a legend to sell out audiences. This is so rare.
Doesn't get better than that, really. It's just a phenomenal experience. The fans have accepted me fantastically, and we're just trying to do him proud, and that's the main thing we're doing.
What you do as well is so beautiful. It is a tribute. You're not mocking him. You're not making fun of him.
I'm not George Michael. I'm never ever admit that I'm George Michael. I might look like him on a FASTLOVE at 50 feet, but as far as that goes, that's as far as it goes with me. I just try to keep his memory alive, keep the fans happy, and they embrace me very fantastically, and it's just great.
What's astonishing is the fact that these songs are not karaoke songs that anybody can do. They're really tricky. They're mostly very high. They're mostly very long, and they're very difficult. How tough is it doing this length of show as George Michael?
Yeah, amazingly tough. I think my voice has gone down a pitch from when I first started the tour. But no, the thing is with singing, the more you do it, the stronger your voice gets. So anyway, that has helped me, but it's all good.
And listening to the sound check just now, the sound system is amazing, and that's part of it as well. You need to be helped in an arena this big. I mean, there's probably 2,000 people in tonight. Yeah. That must be thrilling for you to hear that around you, and then the reaction of the fans on top.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the thing is, it's a team effort. It's not just about me. It's about the sound people. It's about the band we've got behind us. We've got excellent musicians. We've got fantastic dancers. So it's the whole package, really. Once you get the whole thing together and it all falls in place, we have a great team.
Fundamentally, you're a great singer, and you could go out as Joseph and be you and probably do 100 people in a club. You chose to go this direction.
Yeah.
It was very smart in a way. Was there ever a moment you went, do I want to be me or do I want to be George?
Yeah, that's a tough question, really. I've always really loved the music of George Michael. And apparently I sound exactly like him when I sing, so I'm told. So, I'm quite content with what I do. I never really yearn to be mega famous. So this moderate fame is enough for me.
Well, and I think as George proved, it has its downsides. It's all well being a megastar, but of course then there's the price to pay. You, of course, get to take the glasses off and go home as Joseph and live a normal life.
Absolutely.
And still have the rock star lifestyle.
Well, in a way. I mean, I kind of, I've got two boys that I'm responsible for that I look after. So, I'm seen doing the school runs in Leicester 3 days of the week. So, it's you kind of here, then you're back to normality.
Tell me about the show itself and how you craft a show like this, because as I say, this is not some tongue-in-cheek parody. This is a recreation of his music and these incredible songs. I mean, he had such an eclectic mix of songs too. There's those really moving ballads, and then there's the camp old nonsense sort of high disco numbers. How do you balance that throughout the show?
We just try to give a good selection of each song, of his songs, from the Wham days to the modern tunes. So, as I say, the fans have taken that in greatly, and we just love what we do.
As we can hear, the band are warming up now on stage, and the audience.
Barker, that's George Michael's saxophonist they had on the Symphonica tour, warming up. I can hear.
I guess what's amazing about that is he wouldn't want to be part of this if it wasn't good. And I always think with tribute shows, I've done many of them over the years in Las Vegas, where some of the best impersonators are. If it's not done amazingly, it's awfully crap. And that's what's great about you. I mean, you're so authentic. When did you realise you could stand on a stage and pull it off and be this good?
I've never really thought that I've been capable of doing it. I just have to feed what people say, and so far with the reviews we get, I must be doing something right. So basically that's all I go on.
And then the party element to the show. I mean, the girls do believe by the end of the show that you are him, and that's an incredible feeling too. There's a great atmosphere about the show. Yeah,
it's a real compliment when people say that. They say it's like watching George on the stage, but again, I'm kind of very what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think. I only live on what people tell me. I'm not George Michael. If they like to have the dream of thinking that George Michael's on the stage and I'm doing a good job, then I know I'm doing something right.
And musically, what are the moments you look forward to? I mean, there's those incredible Careless Whisper moments, and then there's the Wake Me Up Before You Go. Both are equally as magical, but incredibly different.
Yeah, I love the slower ballads myself. I think that shows your voice off more. anyone can blast out a Wake Me Up Before We Go, I'm Your Man. But I think the slower tunes really show your voice off the most, and I love singing those because it's quite an emotional experience for me. You know, you feel like you've got almost a connection with George there, you know, so that, for me, that's a very spiritual moment.
And I said to you right at the beginning, it's so rare for any artist to have an arena this big, thousands of people wherever you go. Are you even surprised that people want to sort of buy a bit of his history? Because we're never going to get George back. This is the nearest we're going to get.
Well, I mean, I would love people to think that. You know, obviously, I'm not, as I keep saying, I'm not George, but if I can relive some kind of moment for them, bring it back to them for this amount of time or whatever time they're in the auditorium, then that's my job done.
Let's just talk a little bit about you if we can. I mean, prior to this, what were you doing? Because, I mean, this is a gift you've got. As I say, you could easily be a singer in your own right, should you choose to. Now you're doing these huge venues as George in FASTLOVE. Talk about before. Well, obviously, I've been a tribute now for over 20 years. I was doing normal hotels, festivals, things like that. But obviously now I've been taken on, by the production company. It's lifted me into theatres and arenas. And the show's just gone from strength to strength. As I say, what could I have been before? Obviously, I was a design consultant before. I used to design windows for people like Warner Brothers, Levi's. But now it's kind of, I've just fallen into what I do and what I love. I can't imagine doing anything else. I interviewed a Frank Sinatra impersonator in Las Vegas, who's probably the best I've ever seen anywhere in the world. He has a little tot of whiskey before he goes on, and that's the moment he becomes Frank. Okay. Do you do that, or is it an act? What is your process? I just go out there and sing. It's as simple as that. I put a suit on, a cross, and then I just sing. It's as simple as that. I don't particularly drink. I'm practically teetotal. So I don't really need a drink before I go on, just the adrenaline's all there, and as I walk out, providing the fans welcome you, which they, 100% of the time do, I feel comfortable. You make it sound so easy. You're also incredibly humble. I don't know quite whether you know how good you are, because these songs are so tricky and you make it look so effortless. Congratulations on that. Thank you. Like I say, I must be doing something right, but as I say, I will always be kind of step back and say, look, I'm not George. I'm Joseph. I hope I'm doing a good job keeping his memory and music alive, and for me, that's all I can do. And hopefully, if I make everyone happy when they come to see the shows, then I'm happy. I spent a lot of money on advertising, building a big show with a production, with a screen, with everything going on. It's just incredible. Congratulations on everything, Joseph. I'm looking forward to seeing the show tonight. You'll continue to tour forever? As long as I can do it, I will do it. And the glasses, very finely, you said they were actually George Michael's glasses? It's strange how these came about, really, but I bought a pair of these, and I lost them, so I actually got in touch with people, said, do you know anyone that's got them? And said, well, George Michael's opticians have got them in London, so give them a ring. So I phoned them up and said, have you got these spare glasses? They cost quite a lot of money, I can tell you. And they said, yes, we've got a pair, and there's a bit of history behind it. I said, what do you mean that? He said, well, these were actually George Michael's glasses. He took 2 pairs for his Symphonica tour and then returned them. So I'm literally wearing glasses that George Michael had. How special. Congratulations on everything. You're a phenomenal talent. Come and see FASTLOVE. It's on tour throughout the UK, and I think it will tour for a long time. Thank you for your time. Thank you. You're very welcome.